ವಾಸುಜಿ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು.
Okay, sorry. Namaste, Hari Om, everyone. Welcome to this second session of Upadesa Saram Manana from Nisargadatta AVSC group. Last session, we discussed the introduction to the text Upadesa Saram and the first shloka. Today, we will discuss shlokas number 2, 3, and 4 if time permits. Of course, there is no hurry to complete the shlokas. If we don't complete any of them, we'll carry it over to the next session. So before we begin, let's begin with the prayers. So may I request anybody to chant the lineage of prayer, Sadashiva Samarambham. Narsimurti ji, would you like to chant? You have to unmute. Narsimurti ji.
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम्
Thank you so much. Would anybody like to chant Asatoma Sadgamaya? Sharda ji, Vaishnavi ji, anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Would like to chant Antar Jyotihi, the prayer to recognize the divine light. Babuji, anybody can chant?
Om Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyak Jyotihi Parat Para Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham.
Those who have not chanted Akhanda Mandalakaram, would anybody like to chant? Madi Maneji avare, Madi.
Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Ena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
The last one, Gurur Brahma. Vidyaji, would you like to chant?
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Thank you. So welcome once again. To all the Atma Jyotis for this session. As we begin the deliberations for the shlokas number 2, 3, and 4 of Upadesha Saram, is there anything that we would like to review or discuss regarding the introductory part of the text Upadesha Saram and the first shloka? Because the first shloka carries over to the second, third, and fourth, all a part of Karma Yoga. Vidyaji, we are not able to see you. We have only a blank screen. Shardaji, Vaishnaviji, would you be able to turn on your camera if you can?
Yeah, Vasuji, there is no power supply, so I have
Oh,
switched
okay.
off the camera.
No
Yeah.
problem. No problem. Yeah. So is there any point that you would like to bring up to highlight for a
Sir,
review? Yes, please.
sir, in the first sloka, Guruji says, Karturatnaya prapyate phalam. So, uh, why is if in the video Guruji says that action, the purpose of any action is happiness, and that is why we are involved in many activities. But and finite actions cannot bring us infinite happiness. But why are we
Yes.
dismissing the power of actions? Are they not the first step to achieve sattva shuddhi?
Okay. Okay. Anybody would like to? So Vaishnaviji's question is that finite actions cannot bring infinite results, right? So, but still, why are we dismissing actions? Anybody would like to share? Everybody should please contribute. It's a sharing of understanding. At whatever level we understand, we will all share our understanding. Vaishnaviji, just to start with your own question, what do you think has it? What do you think of your own question? What is the understanding of your question?
Sir,
If you-
when I say good actions have their own consequences, bad have their own, and we are then embroiled into a cycle of life and death because of the karma that remains and carries forward. All that said and done, sir, if there is no premise of the karma being our driver for happiness, but not doing or not being involved in karma is itself not the characteristic of a person who has been gifted life and limbs and energy, isn't it?
Yes, yes. So wonderful question. Actually, very valid. So what would the team like to say? Anybody?
Yeah,
Unmute
Vasuji,
ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
I will.
in the first sloka,
Yeah.
because my doubt was why karma was understood as inert, and also
Inert.
inert, jada.
Okay.
So we analyze that how the action arises, and it's due to vasanas and samskaras. The thoughts arise in our mind, and the action is being carried out. And the actions cannot be carried out without the power of consciousness. Thus, that we understood in the first thing. Now,
Okay.
Vaishnaviji is telling see, in the first shloka itself, karma is not what do you call karma kim param, karma tajjadam means it is not supreme. Karma is not supreme. He says that negates the what do you call importance of the karma. And but like as human beings, like we cannot refrain from doing action. Uh, some of a form of action is required, like everyday life. So we have to see what is the way out. Uh, so like if you go further, like any karma is performed with offering to God, like see, without getting into the karma cycle, like whatever the result we get, we accept that, and the action whatever we are doing, like it should be performed with the thing as like offering to God. I think that is the way out for like, and mainly this is suggested, karma yoga is suggested for the chitta shuddhi, because unless that happens, we can't see the supreme, we can't understand the supreme truth.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Shardaji. Yeah, I think wonderfully said. Would I think a few others also wanted to respond? We can go around. Maneji, would you like to?
Yes.
You wanted to say something? Please go ahead.
Yes, yes. Prabhuji says doing karma and other things are not bad or not necessary. It is all good only. Initial stages, it is okay to do all these things, but later on, there are superior ways to go into our inner. That is our main intention is to from outside to inside. We have to uh, reach. That is the main intention. Then there are superior karmas, like chanting is superior than karma. Then meditation or contemplation is much more superior than this. And there is still beyond that also, Prabhuji was telling. So we have to start with it's okay, then we'll have to go into a better way of reaching our inner soul. I mean, our intent. I mean, our goal. That is, we should try to go into a higher level of karmas. It will be much better and it will be faster to reach our goal.
Thank you, Maneji. Narsimurti ji, you want to say something?
Yes, Vasiji. Actually, in this context, we need to look at two things. The context behind this text itself is the thing need to be looked at first. The context for Upadesa Saram is that these rishis are karma khandis. They were great believers of karma alone. Karma itself is supreme. I mean, Purva Mimamsakas, they're great believers of doing Vedic rituals. Doing Vedic rituals alone will give the result. Result is happiness. That happiness is, they have a belief. Even us also have the belief. I mean, the way we are living, we are also living in the notion that we will get happiness without we knowing. We do some action, we will get happiness. Then this is kshanika. This sukha, what we get out of action is kshanika. What is kshanika? One thought at this point in time, I feel happy. How long it lasts? It lasts till the next thought comes and says, I am not happy. So here, what is that being discussed about, or the text is trying to discuss, is that I want to be ever happy. The kind of actions that we are doing, directly or indirectly, knowing or unknowingly, we are doing it for some result, for a fruit. That fruit is happiness. So result of our action is tightly tied to, the result of our action is tightly tied to happiness. So in this context, we need to analyze what exactly happiness that is coming from external world into me, and what is happening, what will happen inside me. That would, I think, would answer Madam's question better, I think.
Yes.
You, Babuji, would you like to share anything?
No, nothing to add. Everybody has explained very beautifully all the aspects which I am aware of, which I know.
Vidyaji, would you like to add anything to Vaishnaviji's question?
No, Vasuji. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
One more point I want to add.
Yes, please.
Prabhuji and Upadesa Saram, in essence, what they are trying to say is, with the essence of this is to do the work to the fullest possible. I can do work. I can do the work normally. I can do to the best of my possibility. When can I do best work or an action to the best of my possibility? If there is no interference from the mind, or there is no bandhatva in the mind. So if there is a bandhatva in the mind dictates everything. I am the slave of the mind. When I am free from the mind, only then I will be able to do my action to the fullest extent. That is what is Prabhuji is trying to highlight.
Thank you. Wonderful, Narasimhamurthy-ji. Vaishnavi-ji, is it okay if we engage in a short conversation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what made you think that the first shloka shuns actions?
It says
Which part of it?
karma tad jadam, because karturatnaya, he decides the phalam. So
Okay.
somehow and also the context. If the rishis were doing the right thing and they were in their own ways propitiating the gods through their Veda inherited knowledge, and I didn't see what was wrong in carrying that as per their dharma, and why it should
Okay.
have.
So is the question right or wrong, or shunning action?
No, I in the back of my mind, I felt that, it doesn't matter what you do, the phala is decided by the kartu. So, and so don't,
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
I
What?
understood this,
No
or maybe
problem. So that's okay. We'll begin with the current level of understanding. That is okay. There is nothing wrong in clarifying things. So, for example, when does one get result? Can one get result without individual effort?
there's a lot of permutations and combinations.
No. A simple question.
Yes,
No.
based on yes, sir. Good action, good
So, for
efforts.
example, okay. Let's approach it from another angle. If I simply sit, I know today there is a meeting, Manana session at 6:30. I don't turn on the laptop. Can I enter the Manana session?
No, sir. No. Mm-hmm.
So will the computer turn on by itself?
No.
Okay. So do you agree that self-effort or individual effort is required in action?
Yes, sir.
All right. So next point, if I have all the willingness, I have the computer with me, and I try to turn it on. Can I join the session by myself?
The host has to let you in.
Okay. What else is required apart from my willingness to participate in Manana?
The internet, everything has to be stable.
So internet has to be there, power has to be there,
Yes,
computer
sir.
must function properly. I might have my phone and laptop, but if the phone and laptop is not working,
Mm.
then I can't join.
Yes, sir.
So do you agree there are external factors outside of my individual effort that also are needed to
Yes,
contribute
sir.
to the result?
Definitely.
So what is the result then?
It's a combination of everything.
All right. So do you have control over the external factors?
No.
So is the result finite or infinite then? Which part of the component of action do we have control?
On the one that we are doing.
Only self-effort,
Mm.
individual effort, my effort, right?
Mm.
Now,
Yes.
those that are outside my effort, but that are still needed for the action to culminate into a result, those we can term in modern language as external factors.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So those external factors, do I have control over that?
No.
Do I have control over internet? In fact, just yesterday, because of the rain, my home Wi-Fi had gone off for about 5 hours. Exactly at the time when satsang was there. So luckily, I was able to hotspot the phone and take the satsang. But even if the hotspot had failed, the SIM card had failed in the data part, if the data pack had gone exhausted, then I would not have been able to join. So the point is this, that only one part of the many parts of action, forces that contribute to the action and therefore the result, we have control. That is my individual effort. There are hundreds of other things that participate in the action for which we do not have and all of them will contribute to the result, isn't it?
Yes.
If there are, let's say, for example, there are 5 forces acting in an action. One is my self-effort, then internet, then power, then weather, then family disturbance. If somebody is shouting, I can't join the Zoom call. Okay, dog barking on the street. So let's say there are 5 forces that are acting. Now, what is the result due to a culmination of all the 5 forces in the axis of action? Isn't
Yes,
it? My action is going like this. Dog barking will go like this. Internet also has to go, and everything has to coincide in the line of action. So if I say, what is karma supreme mean? In the shloka, if saying karma kim param, if you say Ramana Maharshi is saying, how is karma supreme? So what does supremacy of karma mean in this context? It means 100% control. I have 100% control over the result. Then only I can say my action is supreme, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So is that true?
No.
Do I have 100% control? So
No,
then
sir.
where is karma supreme? Alva?
Yes, sir.
If there are 10 factors that contribute to the result, I have control over only one, the other 9 I don't have control, then how is my effort supreme or my action supreme? So there is no negation of action here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It is only saying action is limited in the context that only with self-effort, there is no 100% control over action and its consequence or result. You are a doctor. You treat a patient, right? What specialty is yours, Vaishnavi?
General medicine.
General medicine. So physician, you come, okay, you will diagnose a patient and then give the medicine. Can you ensure that the fever will go?
No, sir.
Fever going is definitely your diagnosis is a contribution. Without your diagnosis, without the patient coming to you, patient is a contribution. Then after patient comes, diagnosis is a contribution. If you diagnose wrongly, it won't go. Let's suppose you diagnose correctly and you prescribe the medicines also. Then?
Yes, sir.
That medicine must be available. The patient must take it on time. He must take the prescribed course. Then if it is working something differently, he must come back to you for a review. You must change. You must find out what agrees with him, what does not agree, and you must change the medicine. Are all these under your control?
No, sir.
But is your action as a doctor not needed?
Of course.
Will
Yes, sir.
fever go without your diagnosis? No. Isn't it? So where is the let's try to understand where is the negation of action that you are understanding in the shloka. It is only saying my action, I don't have 100% control. Karma tat jadam means I don't have 100% control.
I understood.
Isn't it so? Okay. Anybody else? So no, I think action is not. Action is not being
Yes,
negated.
I wanted to add one.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah. We talked about external influences. I mean, the overall ecosystem that is involved for an action that we talked. At the same time, myself, the action has to originate from me. That means when I say karta, it is Shariratraya. Shariratraya itself will not have sentiency, which is a borrowed thing. So when I say I am karta, that itself is false. So that leads to bondage.
That is dealt with in the next 2 shlokas. We'll take it up in that.
Yeah, that self-effort also is not what is actually my alone effort, right? So that point I wanted to add.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Great. So shall we move on to the second shloka? Is there any other question? Okay. So Babuji, would you like to chant the?
Yeah. Kruti mahadadhau patana karanam palama shashvatam gati nirodhakam. Phalam, fruits, kriti of action, ashashvatam are temporary. Mahadadav, they generate a huge ocean of karma, patana karanam, which is the cause for one's downfall. Gati nirodhakam, and halt one's progress, the spiritual progress. The fruits of action are temporary. However, those fruits of action, karma phala, generate an ocean of karma that brings about our downfall and halts our spiritual progress. This is the shloka.
Okay, we can begin with your understanding only, Babuji.
You see, all actions generate the fruits. These fruits may be pleasant or unpleasant, desirable or undesirable, but they're all temporary. Desirable fruits leads to further actions to acquire something more of that, and undesirable fruits will make us get away from that, ward off that. Either way, we are trapped in a cycle of action. Thus, every action, whatever may be the type, the transactional actions or religious actions like puja, homa, havana, etc., has the potential to create an infinite chain of reactions. And these leave impressions on our in this janma and also in the coming janmas. They are called samskaras, and these samskaras compel us to do more actions in our next janma also, which again yield more fruits. Thus, we get trapped in the karmic cycle, which will be more than one lifetime, for many lifetimes. Therefore, moksha cannot be obtained through actions. That's it. And liberation can be obtained only through Atmajnana.
Any questions on this that our AJs would like to bring up? Or would you like to share your respective understandings of this? So, let me ask this question to everybody in the group. If result, why does action is not helpful in attaining moksha or liberation? The statement is, the shloka clearly says so it's accepted. So can we decipher that and analyze and understand why karma doesn't enable moksha, result in moksha? It can give all kinds of fruits, right? Good fruits, good karma. It can give even the heavens. Agreed?
Yeah.
If we do a good yagna, it can give the heavens, but it can't give moksha. Why can't it?
Because we will be tied down in the karmic cycle. If it is a good result, karma phala, then we will try to do more of that action, and we'll be tied down in the karmic cycle. Either way, whether it is bad karma phala or good karma phala, we'll be tied down in the karmic cycle.
Yeah, the results are not permanent. See, even we are not permanent. Karma phala is not permanent, like ashashvata. Though we get heaven, it's also temporary. So that's why, like, the actions cannot give the self-realization.
Wonderful. So results are temporary. So then if actions can give moksha as a result, then what will happen? Moksha will be temporary. Isn't it? Huh? So would anybody like to get just one instant moksha and drown in samsara the rest of the time? So it is not. That is one thing. Actions are, results are temporary. Then Babuji said another point that we get caught in the cycle of repeated actions. Desire, action, result, karma, then again further desire, action, in that loop. That's why moksha means liberation from all sorrows. So how can it be if we get caught in the endless loop of action and result? Then where can liberation be there? We will continuously be acting with the sense, with the result in mind, isn't it? Now, every action produces only two types of results. What are they?
Raga Dvesha.
Okay, one rule. People can't be silent. They have to speak. Okay, and that is on a lighter note, but the purpose is to actually churn the understanding so that it gets stabilized inside. Well, the doubts are removed. Irrespective of the numerous results, there are only two types of results of every action, for which we get caught in karmic cycle. What would you say they are? Two types of results, two categories of results.
Is it Drushtaphala and Adrushtaphala? Drushtaphala and Adrushtaphala.
That is one way. But
Good
with
and
respect
bad.
to the... Okay, all right. Go ahead, please, Shardaji.
Yeah, I said like Drushtaphala and Adrushtaphala.
Okay, so that which is immediately seen and that which is not seen, valid point. But from the point of view of the actor or the doer, there must be a doer for, okay, in the beginning, let's say there is a doer for an action and he or she performs the action. Now, he or she gets the result. One way, as Shardaji said, there is tangible results and intangible results, even in transactional actions. Even in the office, we say there is a tangible result and there is an intangible result. Intangible is experience, we say exposure, all of that in the profession. Whereas tangible result is the project success result, right? That is one part, very valid. But from the point of view of the person performing the action, there are only two types of results. Drishta, adrishta is valid, is also two types of action. Can we think of another two? That gets locked
Pleasant
to...
and unpleasant.
Happiness and unhappiness.
Yeah. And that means they are result that which gets us locked into the karmic cycle, isn't it? Karmic cycle means, in this case, the action cycle, the loop of action and result. So, what did you say, Babuji?
Pleasant and unpleasant. Desirable
Pleasant.
and undesirable.
Desirable and undesirable. Okay. That's the only two thing, isn't it?
There is Papa
Yeah.
and Punya also. An answer.
Papa and Punya are the result of action, right? A karmic action. It's a karmic result of the action performed, but then the immediate result of our action is what either I like the result or I don't like, I dislike the result.
Desirable and undesirable.
Desirable, undesirable, favorable, unfavorable. Now, is favorable result okay? Will it release me from karma?
No, no.
Hey, you can't simply say no, you must justify.
Because it will make us repeat such actions to get more and more of that desirable results.
Okay. Are we in agreement and sync with what Babuji is saying?
Yeah, I would like to add, Vasuji, see, like there is a moral dimension also to the action we are doing
Okay.
that will lead to Papa and Punya.
Yes. Yes.
Like, see, if I am doing something unknowingly, like if I'm harming someone, okay, that's a adharma. Right, it's a moral dimension to the action we are doing.
Correct. Okay.
Okay.
Papa and Punya are two other types of results. That is also one more type of result. Yeah. So all of these, Papa and Punya. So if we get Punya Phala, that means I like it. I want more of it, isn't it? Does anybody want Papa Phala? No,
Yeah, no.
Hmm?
Yeah, we
Isn't
want
it?
to accumulate punya to get more karma.
Isn't it so? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, Papa and Punya are also two categories, two types of results, but ultimately it is some set that I want and some set of results that I don't want. I like some result, I don't like some result. Now, Babuji is saying, even if I get the result I like, then I will perform more such action to get more of it. Is anybody objecting to that argument? No.
Here is the end for it. More and more you
No.
go on getting
Okay.
it.
Can we give an example?
No, like a drinking coffee, like simple thing. Whenever you have like headache, like I have coffee.
Coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's the possibility. Like it becomes a habit. Like if I have a headache or don't have, like I repeat that.
Yeah, repeat. Yeah, because the fruit is the fruit of drinking coffee. The result of drinking coffee is limited. Headache will go for half an hour, 1 hour. It'll turn back. If the cause is not removed, it'll come back. We want more coffee, but at least coffee is self-limiting because the body can take only that much of
Only
coffee.
that much,
Otherwise,
yeah,
we'll get
caffeine, yeah.
acidity and all of that. But there are even more dangerous, favorable karmic results. I mean, that we get caught into. For example, at work, if I do a job well and I get an increment, will I stop acting? What will I do? Or I get a promotion in recognition with the good work I do, then I will not stop there, right? I want the next promotion. Very soon, in 6 months' time, the new salary will become normal. And the new position will become normal, stale. If I have to quote personal example, I'm very fond of vehicles. How attached I am to my new car, 6 months. Small scratch, I'll run to the showroom and get it painted. After 6 months, okay, and let the next damage happen, then I'll claim insurance. So it will fade with time. every result will fade with time. Therefore, there is no choice but to work on replacing it or getting more of it. If we get for any action that is result oriented. The shloka is only stating facts. It is not saying don't perform such actions. Don't perform actions. Is this logic, at least reasoning, at least acceptable? That even for favorable results, that favorable result, actions of favorable result will also trap me into further actions. Isn't it?
Vasuji, here I have a question like, see, if the actions are like attending a satsang, okay, so if I'm attending satsang, it will not lead to patana, such actions. It will uplift you.
Correct. But are you? That is why there is only one thing that has to be the action. Okay, that point that Shardaji is putting, that attending a satsang, does it fall under that category, or in what way is it different? Vidyaji, Vaishnaviji, Paneji.
There is also a expectation of a fruit. If this satsang, if I attend for a couple of sessions, next 10 sessions, if I see no improvement, whatever, all said and done, if I don't see any fruit of action, then gradually this interest will also drop off. So there is a desire for the fruit. Desire, whether it is Sat related desire or Asat related desire, doesn't matter. There is a desire. And eventually we are expecting a fruit there. So that's the reason, even in Sri Krishna says, there are many people come to spirituality, lakhs of people will come, only few people will get interested, and very few of them will come to me.
Fine.
So indeed there is a desire for fruit of action.
So actually, very nice, very nice. So Shardaji, your question about attending a satsang, if that is an action, which it is, now why do you want to attend the satsang? Is there a desired result for that?
No, like, see, when you do the manana continuously, the whatever the doubts you have you will get the clarity, and you will understand the truth more, and it will help you in realization.
Correct.
It's the intention for satsang. We are
Okay.
helping. But how is it gati nirodhakam and patana karanam? Just
yeah. So karma phala, the fruits, if an action is done with the intention of a certain result, even religious, there are only two types of actions, isn't it? Actually three. The secular action, transactional actions that we do, then religious actions, which is puja, japa, meditate, all of that we do. And if we can call the third type, quote unquote, spiritual actions. The first two are bonding in nature, binding in nature. The third can be binding, spiritual actions can be binding if we approach spirituality as a transaction, just like we approach a transaction. I meditate for 10 minutes. I must get peace of my mind, peace of mind. Now, peace of mind, that is a result. Do you agree? Is it in my control? What is in my control? Learning the right meditation from a realized master and following his instructions. With, of course, subject to our karmic blessing, we come in the contact with, masters like Prabhuji, and we all learn that. Now, if I say I want to attend the satsang, I want to sit in meditation, I want peace of mind, is it true in our experience that every meditation session that we have sat, we have always been peaceful? In our experience, every time? So that becomes limiting, because
No.
why it becomes limiting? Because I'll get frustrated if I don't get the result I want. Chances are I will give up that practice. If I get the result I want, what will happen? My ego will boost up. I am better than you, the rest of the people. In both cases, it is patana karanam only. So, any action that has an orientation to a result that I like or the results that I don't like, will retard our progress. Progress in this case means what? Gati nirodhakam, progress. It will retard the progress. Means what? Understanding my own true nature. My ego itself is a block to understand my true nature. Because it wants more, or it doesn't want the right thing. It wants the wrong things. Isn't it? Then the question comes, should we not perform action? Should we not attend satsang? That is in the third shloka. How to perform action, therefore how to meditate, how to be in manana, we will just reserve that part for the third shloka. Does this help?
Yeah, yes, Vasuji. Yeah, with anything with the focus on the result, it will result in downfall.
It will result, even if I get the results I like.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
Because it is not in my control. It's a trial and error, hit and miss. In Kannada, there is a nice phrase, "Addate mel good date."
Yeah.
You throw a stone, a mango might fall, or it might hit your head. The stone might fall on head. Of course, we should not throw stones blindly in public. That's not. Okay, so that is the thing. So here is the thing. What kind of actions lead to downfall or retardation of progress? Not all actions. Going back to the second shloka, what type of actions lead to retardation of progress? Actions
With
that are
elimination.
aimed at only result. Whether it's religious, if I perform a puja, okay, my son or daughter will get married, or he'll get a job, she will get a job, or they'll pass in first class. I'll perform a puja. So that, suppose I get success with that religious action once. then what will I do? For every result, I will try to manipulate everything and try to have a business deal with God. I will do this if I get that. I will do this if I get that. I won't do this if I don't get it. We have made God a businessman. If we perform actions with the focus only on the result. So only such actions are binding. Somebody wanted to say something.
I said, Sankata Bandaga Venkatarama.
No, but even that is okay, provided we take what comes as a blessing. But if we do it only with the results I want, then it becomes patana karanam. Not all actions. So this second shloka must be viewed from the point of view of actions directed only for the results, sake of results, are get us bound in endless karmic cycle. Second, it retards our progress. Isn't it? Therefore, should we do the action or no action? Then that goes to the next shloka. Would anybody like to recite? Babuji has recited the second shloka. Would anybody like to recite the third? Otherwise, we'll give it back to him. Just for this, to get everybody into a sense of participation, please. Otherwise, Babuji is always ready. Do you have the shloka with you, or if you don't have,
I have.
Okay.
I have.
Neeve heli, Babuji.
Ishwararpitam Nechaya Krutam Chitta Shodakam Mukti Sadhakam. Shall I tell the meaning?
Please.
Yeah. Krutam. When actions are performed, na ichaya, without desire for their fruits, Ishwararpitam, and offered to the Lord, offered to Ishwara, Chitta Shodakam, it purifies the mind. Mukti Sadhakam, and takes us towards Mukti or liberation. When actions are performed without desire for their fruits and offered to the Lord, it purifies the mind and leads us towards liberation. This is
anyone has any questions? Maneji, Vidyaji. Would you like to share your understanding, Vidyaji, or ask any questions on this shloka?
Once we apply whatever the results to the God, we don't carry any karma phala, so we don't have to go through the next results for that one. So we can reach the highest very possible so that we don't have any life. That's
Thank
what.
you. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Here, offering of karma to the Lord means whether it is completed or not, I'm not bothered. I'll put in my full efforts, best efforts. In spite of that, even if karma is not, it said karma siddhi. If karma siddhi is not attained, it's okay. If If karma siddhi is attained, also it's okay. If it is not attained, it's also okay. That is offering of the karma to the Lord.
By
Offering of
karma
karma phala to
siddhi,
the Lord means
by karma siddhi, do you mean fruits of karma?
completion of karma. Completion of karma.
Completion.
Of
Okay.
karma.
But
And
all right. So
if I get
will you leave it half done?
no, I'll put my best efforts. That is offering of karma to the Lord. Offering of karma phala means whatever karma phala comes, I
No,
will
but
take
you
it as
said,
the
I want to
prasada.
pause here. I just want to pause here. When you said completion of karma,
Is karma
you
siddhi.
offer
Yeah.
karma means you let it go anywhere.
No. I will put in my best efforts. Then, even after putting in my best efforts, if the karma siddhi is not attained, that means if I am unable to complete the karma, it is Lord's wish. If it is successfully, very well completed and all these things, again, it is Lord's wish. I take it as that way. It is the Lord's blessings. So, and offering of karma phala means whatever fruits I get, it is the blessings of the God. It is the prasada from the God. I will accept it wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
This is my understanding.
Thank you so much, Babuji. Anybody else, please?
This shloka is trying to provide us a way to break the loop. That is, desire, action, fruit. The action, each action again sow a seed of next action. So fruit is fruit has two types. One is that's fruit leads to raga dvesha. Again, so desires come back, action, then fruit of action, then desire, action, fruit of action. How to break this loop, infinite loop of action? So in a way, here we are bound to our own mind, impressions in the mind. So to break to move away from the impression, we are anchoring to the Ishvara. So we are taking shelter in Ishvara, so that we are distancing ourselves from our memory imprints in our memory. So as a result, we can also see these imprints as objects, like any other worldly objects. If I am identified with that, if I am one with my Shariratraya, then I can. There is no distance to see them. So if I take the shelter of God, I can see them as objects, and I can really know what is happening there. There is a loop or not. So in this way, I can break that loop.
Thank you. I think very nicely explained, Narsimurtiji. Did everybody get what Narsimurtiji was trying to say? The audio was, I think, feeble.
Yeah, audio was, I could not follow.
So actually he's saying...
Sorry.
Yeah, not because of the explanation, but because the audio was not, I was not able to hear properly.
Yeah, the internet connection is maybe a little slow. So there was a little break in the audio. Let me try to tell what I have captured. Then I think Narsimurtiji can correct me if there is any error, just from the point of view of the internet connection. Now, there is an important point here in this shloka, which says, Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam. This actually ties to the previous shloka. This is the action is binding. Which action is binding? Actions that are focused on results and gets into a big loop within itself. Action, result, then desires, then karma, then action, result, it goes on. And the next shloka, the third shloka, is providing a way out of this loop, this self-contained loop. How to break the loop. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam. Instead of focusing on the result, if we offer this action to Ishvara, the Lord, the Creator, without desire, perform those actions without desire, it will break the loop. That is what Narasimurtiji is saying. Is this, have I captured it correctly, Narasimurtiji?
Yes, very much, Vasiji. The only thing I wanted to add is it's a recursive loop. It's a recursive loop.
It's a recursive loop. Okay. Okay. It keeps on going like a whirlpool. You get stuck there, you get stuck in it. So here,
Can I ask a question?
please
Suji?
go ahead.
If there is no desire, then we don't even do an action, right?
Okay.
Then there is no karma phala also, right?
All right. So there is a karma phala anyway.
Not doing also have an act.
No. Okay. Prabhuji says one very nice thing. Okay. Before that, how would we address Vidyaji's question? Anybody?
Everything is karma only. Even sitting, sleeping, standing, everything. Even blinking our eye is karma only. Without doing karma, we cannot sort of live. Live means live, live. So we are bound to do karma, but whatever karma we do, we should do with Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. That will lead us to liberation. We cannot sit without doing. We cannot sit means even sitting is a karma. Eating is a karma. Breathing is a karma. Everything is karma. I cannot exist without doing it.
Thank you, Babuji. Vidyaji, can you just elaborate your question a little bit? If you, did you have any specific type of action in mind, or it's a
No,
generic thing?
generic question. I mean, because everyone is doing and non-stop.
Okay. Oh, this is a very risky proposition. Everyone is doing, so I also follow the rat race. That is so the question is, if everybody, like everyone, I'm also caught in the loop, can I discover a way out of this self trapped loop? That is the question. Are we, if we may address this, are you happy if you get caught in the desire action result loop endlessly?
No.
No, isn't it? You want to get out of it, right?
Yes.
Others may not want. They might be happy in the way they are. We are not worried about that. Am I happy with the karmic loop? Karmic loop means loop of action and result, and desire extending, like Narasimurti ji said, recursive loop keeps on going. like a self-oscillating thing. So if we don't, if the desire is for the fruit, then it will keep on, we'll get stuck in that loop. But then there is one desire that will get us out of the loop. That is the desire to escape, not quote unquote escape, or get myself, free myself from this loop. That comes under mumukshu, the desire for liberation. That's a different quality of desire.
If we work
If I
and we get,
don't have,
sorry, go ahead.
yes, please.
If we work and we get money and we say that Krishna Arpanam, what is, we are still using that money, right? So what are the results?
Whatever we get. But so then if I say I will only offer my failure, not my success, that's a conditional offering. It doesn't work that way, isn't it?
But what is you mean by offering? Because we are using whatever the results coming from that, whatever work we do or whatever.
You can use. Krishna doesn't need money.
Yeah, then what is
It's
this
for us
Krishna Arpanam is? I mean, how do you offer to God? Because anyway you're using it. And
okay, so
we
what
were
is the
discussing
offering
earlier. We were discussing earlier whether the action is completed or not. That I offer it to the God. I'm not bothered. I will put my best efforts. That is offering of karma to the God. Offering of karma phala to the God is whatever money I get or whatever results I get, I will accept it as the blessings from the God, from the as prasada of God. That is offering of karma and karma phala to God. Even if a work is not completed, it is okay. If it is completed in the best form, it is okay. If it is completed in an ordinary way, it is okay. It is all blessing from the God. That is offering to the God, the karma. And karma phala is whatever it comes, I will accept wholeheartedly. The karma phala, whatever it comes. This is offering of karma and karma phala to God.
So what does offering mean? That way, what is the result? If I don't offer, what happens? Vidyaji?
Ego builds up. Or I'll get tattered because I wanted to complete this work. This work could not be completed. I get frustrated, or I become overjoyed if it is completed in an excellent fashion. Likewise, the results also favorable results. I want to repeat it. I become joyous. Otherwise, I become dull.
Right, Babuji. Yeah. So, Vidyaji,
it's like having gratitude.
What is your understanding of offering to God, to the Lord? What do you want to offer to the Lord?
Nothing I can offer. Everything is God giving to me.
No. Then what in the context of the shloka, in what way do you understand is the offering to the Lord? The shloka is saying offer, perform actions as an offering to the Lord. Isn't it? Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam. Ishwararpitam. Offer the actions. See, the previous shloka says actions are limited. They bind you in a loop. They are retarding in nature, retarding the progress in nature. They are halting the progress, slowing down the progress. Should we not perform action? Ramana Maharshi is saying in the next shloka, yes, we must perform action. There's a way out. In what way do we perform action? Ishwararpitam, perform action as an offering to the Lord. Nechaya kritam, without desire. Desire for what? So these are things that we must understand. So the question here is, what is your understanding in the context of the third shloka and the listening to Prabhuji's talk on what do we mean by offering to the Lord, and what is desire with performing action without desire? Vidyaji, are you there?
Yes, Vasuji.
Both your questions are valid. Without desire, no actions can be performed. All right. But in how to perform action without desire, and what does it mean to offer?
Vasuji,
This is a kind of formula to
if
get
I
out of that loop.
may,
Narsimurti ji, would you like to engage in a conversation with Vidyaji? You wanted to say something, or
The network is not.
first of all, do we all
yes,
see
yes,
the point of
yes.
Vidyaji's
I
question?
wanted to say, add one point here. This third shloka is related to first shloka. First,
Correct. Okay. Yes. Wonderful. It's related to the first shloka. Now, very important. Do we see the point of Vidyaji's question?
yes.
Yeah. So we must therefore understand, what does it mean to offer actions to the Lord, and what does it mean to perform actions without desire? Both the points that Vidyaji has raised are valid. Vidyaji, would you like to address that?
Know what to say, Vasuji.
No, just keep talking. It's okay. Just keep talking. It'll come out.
May
Because we should
Okay.
do actions no matter what, because we need to get to the final stage. So doing those actions,
Not to reach to the final stage. Final stage is mukti, is it?
yeah. For that one,
No.
we need to
No.
go in a path
Not like
without.
that. Not like
Okay.
that. We need to perform action. We means who? Each one of us
Each
as
individual.
Jivatma,
Yeah.
individuals. Jiva plus Atma combination. Okay. Now, why should we perform action? Not because we want the final result.
That is the desire everyone has, right, Vasuji? That's what.
No. Desire for mukti is there. Okay. That is mumukshu. But I want to achieve mukti through action. I want to perform action for mukti. Is that the link? In the very introduction itself, the context of Upadesha Saram is karma is not supreme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Therefore, let's say at this moment, karma cannot give mukti, right? Which is what everybody, all the Upanishads are trying to say, but karma has a place. Then if karma doesn't give mukti, we cannot we have to perform action, then why are we performing action?
Chitta Shodakam, for the
ಇಲ್ಲ ಜೀವಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ
purification of the mind.
ಹಾ.
And doing karma without desires, doing nishkama karma.
We are trying to understand from Vidyaji what they are trying to say. Very valid point, Babuji. But yeah, it's one step prayer.
Even the desire comes from the God intention only, right? I mean, God's.
Correct. Yeah. So action is limiting, but I have to perform action, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yep.
Why? That's the question. Because action is ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾನೆ ಅವರೇ, please.
I have to do my duties. I have to do my duties.
I have to do my duties. Okay. Duty comes from?
Because whatever is my responsibility, I have to fulfill it. So I cannot keep quiet without doing karma.
Maneji said one thing, I cannot keep quiet. Vidyaji, can you remain without acting?
That's what I want to ask Vidyaji. Is it possible to be without doing karma?
No.
How can you?
No, right? Correct?
No.
All right. So if we can't remain without acting, then where is action coming from? Or what is action a part of? Whether you have desire or not, you will act.
Yes.
There is action in the world. There is, okay, let's address it this way. What is the difference between the universal action and individual action? You rightly said, without desire, there is no action. That is for whom? For the individual.
For the ego individual.
For the individual. Ego, individual, jivatma. Okay? For the individual. Now, when the wind blows, is there an action? Yes? Blowing of the wind is an action. Sun shines every day in the morning. Isn't it an action?
Yes.
Where is the desire there?
They're selfless giving.
Therefore, what is the difference between universal action and individual action?
There is no kartrutva bhavane.
See, action is inevitable. Action is a part of nature, prakriti. Now, when it comes to individual, I will say, I am doing, it is because of me. So what Ramana is saying is, okay, perform action. Why? Because it is inevitable. The moment you have the instrument of action, which is your body, action becomes inevitable, enlivened body. You only said, no, it's not possible to remain without action.
Yeah.
Huh? So even sitting quietly, can we sit quietly? We will move, doing around. If we are able to remain without action, then we are liberated continuously. We don't need to do anything. Prabhuji says, the test of liberation, mukti, is only two things. One is, can I can I sit still? Sit still means not just physically, without thoughts also.
Yeah, thoughts we can.
Okay. Second, the sit still meaning sit without doing anything. How long? Half a minute, 1 minute, and then we'll want to get up. At least I want to bend my shoulders
Yes.
and back and stretch my arms, right? So
Yes.
can I be, or rather not sit still, can I be still? Just be. Okay. Being means without any thoughts. Now we can't. Second test is, can I not be worried when I perform an action? Including, can I not be worried about my children's education, whether my daughter will pass or fail, whether she'll get good marks or not? Can I be worried? Can I
We
not be
worry, but
worried?
we can be worried, but that affects their desires and everything because of our things goes
So,
into there.
so if we can remain not worried, and if we can be still, then that is mukti.
Yeah.
But being still has a different meaning. Have you ever found Prabhuji being still that way without action?
No, he's doing something, doing
There is
class.
stillness even in action
Okay.
for a realized being. Isn't it? The chapter on Karma Yoga says action in inaction and inaction in action are the hallmark of a yogi, Karma Yogi. Now, because, okay, coming back to the point here, because action is a part of nature, Prakriti, action is inevitable. Do we
Yes.
agree body is a part of nature?
Yes. Yes. Yes, Ashish.
Is very much a part of nature, isn't it? We eat food, food comes from nature, it gets converted into energy, heartbeats, it's all a part of nature. We get up at a certain time, there's a biological clock, functions. There is digestion, there's excretion, there is heartbeat, all of these are a part of nature. So things are happening according to nature's laws. Even I have to act because action is a part of nature. So if action is inevitable and a part of nature, then how is the best way to get out of the loop? Offer the action to the Lord. Ishwararpitam. What does Ishwararpitam mean? That the entire mind is focused on action. When the entire mind is focused on action without any distraction, then where is the mind? It is silent. It's not interfering in the action, isn't it? The silent mind is Ishvara.
That is involved in the action without thinking anything.
If you think of anything which is the result, then what are we doing? The mind is split between action and result. So you are not doing Ishwararpitam. You're not offering the action to Ishvara, because a part of it is already, part of the mind is thinking about the result. So these are twins, Ishwararpitam and Nechaya Kritam, desirelessness for the fruits of action. Both go hand in hand. So first, if we say, I'm performing this because it's my dharma, I offer it as an offering to the Lord, not paying attention to, not being attached to the result, then Nechaya Kritam means not being attached to the result. What form will unattachment to the result take? What form will the offering of action to the Lord will take the form of undistracted attention of the mind to action. Isn't it?
Yes.
What form will Nechaya Kritam take? How will it manifest in the person performing action? In you, in me. If I not being attached to the result, how will it manifest in me? In each one of us. We will receive anything that is got as a result as a prasada
Prasad.
of the Lord. We take a coconut into the temple. We offer puja. We say, what have you got? I'm taking coconut and flowers into the temple. When you come out of the temple, somebody asks you, what have you got in the bag, in the basket?
Prasad.
What will you say? Do you say coconut?
No, prasadam.
Prasad. See, you have gone in with your body, mind, and the material. You have come out as whatever God gives is prasad. The same coconut, the same result. You are taking it as prasad. Result cannot be different. It's a culmination of hundreds of forces. It'll be the result. Some result will be there.
Yeah.
But we are taking it as Lord's
Prasada.
blessing or prasad.
So we have to know that we are not the doer. That should come in the mind. We are not the doer. Though we perform karma, in our mind we should have that I am not a doer. It's all done by the Lord. Without the Lord, nothing I can do. Then it is you are offering to Lord, and your chitta shuddhi will happen, and you finally merge with Him. Your individuality will lost, and jiva will become Paramatma.
So, Vidyaji, is it very nice, Maneji? Thank you so much. Non-doership.
Thank you, everyone.
So,
thank you, everyone.
When we perform action with one-pointedness and receive all that is got as a prasad, all the results as an offering of the Lord or prasad, gift of the Lord or prasad, what is the state of our mind?
Peace, joy.
Isn't it peaceful?
Peaceful.
Yeah.
What is a peaceful, silent mind? Isn't it chitta shuddhi?
Yes.
So, chitta shodakam. So, such actions will actually result in chitta shodakam. And with the pure mind, you inquire, who am I? What is my nature? That pure, still mind is a tool for mukti sadhakam, the liberation. First, Ishwara Arpitam, one-pointedness to action, Nechaya Kritam, accepting everything as a prasad.
Prasad.
Then the mind is not oscillating, it's quiet, so it's pure. Chitta Shodakam. Such actions will lead to Chitta Shodakam. And that pure mind is a tool for the most effective tool for self-inquiry. If the mind is filled with thoughts and you inquire, who am I? What answer will you get? Or your mind is disturbed with worries of your children's education or something, whatever, in the or in the office, something has happened. At that time, can you do self-inquiry? So chitta, the pure mind is a prerequisite for self-inquiry, which means it's a prerequisite for, it's a tool for mukti. So all aspects are covered in the shloka of the shloka.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Vasaji. Thank you,
Sorry,
everyone.
we took a little more time today. We have gone 13 minutes past the hour for ending. Shall we close with closing prayer? Next time, there is a Shakti Darshana meditation that Prabhuji has given, a guided meditation. From next session onwards, we'll keep about 15-20 minutes towards the end for it.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yes, Vasaji, thank you.
Thank you so much for the lovely participation. Shall we do the closing prayer and I'll stop the recording?
Yes, Vasaji.
So let's do the closing prayer, please. What, Babuji, would you like to chant?
Yeah. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Would anybody chant Asatoma Sadgamaya?
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you. Would anyone like to recite Atmadarshanam? Realization of the true nature. Anybody else? Manaji, you can recite, please. If you Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam. Prabhuji's Mahamantra, I am not the body, or Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla. Would anyone like to recite?
Nanalla Manabuddhi Sachida Vananu Vivo.
Let's offer all the vibrations, the love and compassion to the whole universe by chanting the peace Shanti mantra with the palms facing outwards. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you for everybody